All right, let's get right into it. In this huge, invisible world of digital information, there's a war going on 24/7. On one side, you have the attackers, people trying to steal, disrupt, and cause chaos. And on the other, well, that's where we're going today. We're looking at the front line of defense, the world of modern security operations.
Seriously, think about it. This isn't a war with bullets and bombs. It's fought with data packets and lines of code. And the prize? It's your data, your company's most valuable secrets, even the critical infrastructure we all depend on. So, who are the people standing in the breach? Who are these digital guardians?
Well, they operate out of what's called a Security Operations Center, or a SOC for short. The best way to picture it is like the command center for a digital fortress. It's the nerve center, the war room, where analysts are the sentinels on the wall, just watching, waiting, and ready to spring into action at a moment's notice.
But here's the thing. A really great defense isn't just about sitting around and waiting for an attack to happen. Nope. It starts way before any alarms go off. It starts by being proactive, by building the strongest fortress you possibly can from the ground up.
And that all begins with a super simple but absolutely critical principle. You can't protect what you don't know you have. That's where something called the asset management lifecycle comes in. It's a whole process. First, you've got acquisition, knowing exactly what's coming into your environment. Then assignment, knowing who's responsible for it. Next is monitoring, keeping an eye on where it is and making sure it's secure. And finally, disposal, because you have to get rid of old stuff safely or it can come back to bite you.
Okay, so once you know what you have, you need a plan to lock it down. And this is where two really important words come up: benchmark and baseline. Think of a benchmark as the architect's perfect blueprint. It's the ideal, most secure setup recommended by the experts. But a baseline? That's the reality. That's how your team actually built it. The whole game for defenders is to shrink the gap between their baseline and that perfect secure benchmark.
So the fortress is built. The rules are set. Now the job shifts from building to watching. This phase is all about constant vigilance. It's about trying to spot one tiny malicious whisper in the middle of a screaming hurricane of digital noise.
And the number one tool for this job? It's called a SIEM. The easiest way to think of a SIEM is as the ultimate digital watchtower. It's not just looking in one direction. It has eyes and ears in every single part of the network, and it pulls all the activity logs it finds into one central place so an analyst can see the whole picture.
And when I say it's watching everything, I mean everything. The sheer scale is just massive. We're talking logs from firewalls, servers, cloud platforms like AWS and Azure, right down to the very laptop or phone you're using. The SIEM's job is to somehow connect the dots between billions of these little events to find the one pattern that signals a real threat. So you might be asking, how does a SIEM know what to look for? What's good and what's bad? Well, it gets help. It subscribes to what's called a threat intelligence feed. This is basically a news feed for cyber defenders. It's a real-time stream of data on all the latest hacker tricks, new viruses, and malicious actors that are out there in the wild right now.
But you know, no matter how good your defenses are, eventually, something gets through. The alarm sounds. A potential threat is detected. This is it. This is the moment everything has been building towards. So, what happens now?
You might think it's a moment of panic, but for the professionals, it's something else. As the source material from Inside Cloud and Security puts it, and I love the professional excitement in this quote, incident response, my favorite. For these folks, this is game time. And this isn't about running around in chaos. It's a highly disciplined, systematic process. Kind of like how a fire department responds to a major fire. It follows a clear life cycle. It starts with preparation and detection, then moves to containing the damage and eradicating the threat, and then finally, and this is the most important part, learning from what happened so you can get stronger. Yeah, that lessons learned phase is absolutely crucial, because the goal isn't just to stop an attack and get back to normal. The real goal is to evolve from it. It's about using what you learned, plus some pretty powerful technology, to get faster and smarter for the next inevitable fight. And this is where the defense really starts to get smart. The first level is automation. That's when you program a system to do one simple, repeatable task on its own, like automatically blocking a bad IP address. But the real game changer is orchestration. Think of automation as one musician playing an instrument. Orchestration is the conductor leading the entire symphony. It connects multiple automated tasks into one seamless response. It blocks the IP, creates a ticket, and notifies an analyst all at once. And the tech that makes this all happen is called SOAR,
This stuff is a true force multiplier for a security team. It takes all that threat intelligence, mashes it up with automation and orchestration, and runs entire defensive plays, they call them runbooks, way faster than any human team possibly could.
So you see, at the end of the day, modern security is this living, breathing cycle. You build the fortress, you watch the walls, you respond with incredible precision when there's a breach, and then you use everything you learn to build an even stronger fortress next time. It's this constant loop of defending, responding, and evolving.
And that leaves us with one last, really important question to think about. In this never-ending battle, every single fortress has a potential weak spot. So after seeing how the pros defend theirs, it's probably a good time to ask yourself, what's the weakest link in yours?